Alright guys, back again with another video, and just thought I'd show you. Recently I picked up a pair of Sony BVM 20F1Us, and these are 20-inch Sony broadcast video monitors. So they tout 900 lines of horizontal resolution. That's what it says in the manual, and that's quite a lot. I had on this kind of row of my game room a 38-inch JVC power tube, along with a Sony Trinitron Wega TV, the 27-inch tated, and after getting these two granted 20-inch monitors, so they're kind of small, but after I got these two, I got rid of those. I just got rid of them, and haven't really been too sorry about it, not in the least. So what I might do here is just kind of go through some different setups of games that I can run through this. In the back, you get one of these. And in the back of the 21FU, there's 4 expandable slots, so you can get these cards and kind of put them in. So I recently picked up one that has that expands the component inputs, which is like the 24N adapter, if anybody's really looking these up. So this is basically RGBS input through BNC connectors. So these aren't your normal phono inputs. These use a BNC connection, which is a lot more secure and supposedly a bit cleaner also. So these were, very professional grade monitors, so they didn't want anything coming loose all the way in the back, because I guess, if you're at a television studio or, film studio, you might have a bank of these, I don't know. And so you don't want anything coming loose. And these also, you see all the inputs are doubled up so that you could actually have, them satelliting out to a different television. So one thing about this is, this is RGBS input. So this is, your green, your RGB and sync. So each separate inputs, and that's makes for an insanely good picture. So here's my Saturn, and you can just see how unbelievably crisp this picture is. And this is Battle Garega on every TV kind of displays bigger than the proportion, So this one you can actually shoot it in underscan. You can do overscan and underscan. And another feature, I know that these TVs are the most complicated things ever. I will say that, because you do want to make sure that you get this separate. I'll change the sound here off for a second. These are a separate control unit, and without this you can't really use the TV. So you need to get this BVM 10R. Whoops, I just hit something that's not applicable. And through that you can program and name every station. There's like basically 94 programmable stations. You can name each of them, set them all up with different inputs, sync styles. It's very complicated, lots of ins and outs to these, and actually the last 6 stations, like 94 to 100, are actual test patterns built into the television. So if you're looking for these, you really want to get the BVM 10R also, and those are pretty available on eBay, the control units. So this is the manual for the control unit, And this is the manual for the goddamn TV. I mean, it's unbelievable. So yeah. So cool stuff. Some things that I've found out. So you're going to want to get, since you have this RGBS input style, people make on forums basically Euroscart to RGBS BNC, which I can't really show you because I don't want to move around anything, but it's basically a female SCART input that breaks out into basically 4 BNC cables, you know, red, green, blue, sync, and with that you get this absolutely pixel perfect picture. And I'll throw the underscan on it so you can see the absolute extreme edge of it also. It's pretty amazing. So now over here, I'll switch back to where's my... So out here, you'll notice I got the NES running, and you know, picture's definitely not as great, but one cool thing is because the NES won't do RGB without a lot of time and money. Basically, you have to find a piece off a play choice cabinet. You have to basically, you know, gut that off, you know, snitch that off, and like you know, transplant it into your NES to get it to display true RGB. So that's pretty expensive and difficult to do. But one cool thing that these come with is, I don't know if you can see, is a comb filter. So this is going through the comb filter, and there's a little bit of rainbowing, but if I turn the comb filter off, now again, it's hard to pick out, but everything just got a lot more washed in together. And the color isn't as good, the scan lines aren't as crisp and defined. This one, you know, the scan lines really pop out. The color is, you know, more separated, because what it's doing, you know, basically instead of having 4 different things, your one yellow cable is cramming that all into one, you know, one input. So of course it's going to look terrible when compared to, you know, Garega over there. But the comb filter tries to separate them as much as it can, and yeah, it comes out with really, you know, satisfying results. Really happy with it. Let's just go over. Let's see. I'll take last blade out for a second, and we'll put this game in here. Okay, hopefully we get that to work. First shot. So I turned it on over there, and I will go, I think I've programmed this to channel 1. And I'll go over here to my, this is a Kramer S-Video switch device, and I'm just using it as an audio switcher, because you know, I spent all kinds of time and money back when getting all my stuff up to S-Video, but now we're on to bigger and better things with RGB and all that jazz. So a little harder to tell, I don't know why, but the picture on this is immaculate. Absolutely stunning picture. And these monitors don't have any built-in speakers, so I have to run it through this kind of awkward stereo setup. I have another small studio monitor speaker on the other side of that TV, so but yeah, I don't know how well you can tell, but looks really fine. Really fine. Now this is going through just component input, which is a bit of a step down from RGB. Now, a lot of people would just love to have component, and it definitely looks good, but after looking at Garega through SCART, RGB on that monitor. Definitely want to try and pick up a SCART adapter for my CMVS now. Yeah. Pretty nice. Now one issue I've had with this, of course the other system, let's turn this down for a second. The other system that doesn't do RGB, of course, is the PC Engine, which really sucks. So I tried hooking up my PC Engine through, in the same manner as the NES, with the comb filter. I thought, well, maybe I'll get by and I won't have to bother with trying to mod, you know, my Duo or anything like that, because you know, time is hard to get a hold of, you know. And for whatever reason, it has sync problems, and it kind of flickers in and out and goes away. So I don't know if anybody has any insight into what might be causing that, but yeah, these are really cool. Really cool pickups, and I think these are the last CRTs I'll ever really need. And I think these are kind of easier to get a hold of than PVMs sometimes. I found one locally for $200, and I picked it up, you know, myself. And then I found this one shipped from California, and I live in Massachusetts, so cross country, kind of scary. Got lucky, it came fine, and I got that shipped for $200. So these weren't cheap. These weren't your average cheap CRTs, and I've heard of people getting a lot luckier on deals with these than that. But I don't know. You know, you spend $500 on a modern HD TV. This is really old tech, I guess, but keep in mind, when these were new, and I have two of the last model years, these are both like 2003 monitors, they were $8,000 to buy. So, you know, 200 down from 8,000, that's a pretty sweet deal. And it's awesome. It's totally awesome. Looks way better than even my arcade machine. You know, I mean, even if my arcade machine didn't have the burn-in that it does, I think this would look better. So anyways, I think that's it for me. Be happy to answer any questions I might be able to with these, and definitely Sony BVM 20F1Us, definitely worth tracking down. Pretty sweet stuff. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.